deleting and removing, I would be fine if it was Spalding County. But when it's Texas and Utah and Florida and Maine and all these other states, there's something else going on here. I don't know if it's as simple as YouTube.
And get more data out there so that people can get answers to their questions. And again, as I started, I feel that we owe, equal and equitable and fair treatment to all of the voters in Spalding County, not just specific groups. So that's where I'm at.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up. All right. Let's go, Mrs. Slaughter. Think you're up. Report of the election supervisor.
Today, we received the proposed state house map from reapportionment, which consists of House Districts 74, 117, and 134.
Kim, could you move the
Oh,
microphone?
sorry about that. Thank you. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Today we received the proposed state house map from reapportionment, which consists of House District 74, 117, and 134, with House District 117 being a newly formed district from the original House District 130. Now, well, once approved, 134. The County Commission district lines were voted on and passed at last night's January 10th, 2022 meeting, and will be moving forward in a couple of days, from what I understand from Commissioner Davis to Representative David Knight, Representative Karen Mathiak, and Senator Marty Harbin. As well, the school board met and passed the school board redistricting lines on January the 4th. Just a reminder there that the school board lines coincide with the county commission lines. The city is meeting this week and will be addressing the issue of their city commission redistricting lines as well. The voter registration audit team, which we talked about last month, has been formed, and as soon as all reports are ready, we will begin working to ensure that our physical voter registration records coincide with the computer files and vice versa. This is just an in-depth look. This is always encouraged in voter registration and elections office to, most of the time it is done or conducted in an off year because it's a little bit of a slower year. But time was of essence and to move forward with elections last year. So we're going ahead and tackling that this year. Once we begin, I don't see it taking any more than 2 weeks. So it may be finished before then. But what we will be doing is looking at our physical records, comparing that to what is in the computer as well, and just taking an in-depth look. Since we have found some issues here and there, we know that it's time to do that. So we'll be taking a look at that and making any corrections if necessary, reaching out to voters if necessary, doing whatever we need to do to bring our voter registration records up to speed. We are looking forward to ensuring by doing this that we are beginning the election year of 2022 with a fully up-to-date voter registration file. Approximately 450 NCOA confirmations were mailed on January the 5th of this year. NCOA stands for National Change of Address. The state compares, basically what happens here, the state goes in and compares the voter registration information, the address of that voter, to the address of with the Postal Service. If there is a difference there, they mail is delivered, and it gives the voter an opportunity to update their information through completing the confirmation notice and then returning it to our office. We began interviews today for the election system coordinator and will strive to finish those by the end of next week. This is a process that we want to do and do well. We will keep you up to date as that goes. There were approximately a total of 150 combined new registrations, address changes, and name changes, which were processed for the month of December. I would just like to add here, and I did amend my report by speaking on the school board redistricting lines and the city redistricting lines. And then also, I would like to amend my report by apologizing to the board and to the public that minutes have not been posted and up to date on our site. It will be by the end of the week. It was a little bit of a learning curve when something at what point, rough draft, finalized, and then dealing with some COVID issues also. So I just want to assure the board and the public as well that there is no intention in our office to withhold any kind of information from the public at all. And we have an open door policy. We have the records there, but they will be online.
And
Okay.
just to clarify, you don't actually update the website yourself, right?
No, I don't.
You send it in to be updated?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm glad you're feeling better, Kim, and
Thank
we're
you.
super happy that you're back. I know,
It's good to be back.
being sick over the holidays is rough. I know a lot of people have experienced that, so, hopefully we're getting on the tail end of all this stuff.
That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kim. As far as interviews and, additional staff, do you feel like, I know you can't really comment on the current process, but after this hire, do you feel like you're going to have enough, like, help to be able to operate the office? Or what's kind of your take on staffing levels, with redistricting and everything else that's been going on?
Once this position is filled, we still have a part-time voter registration clerk position that needs to be filled. The job description has been out on the county site. I believe it's out on Indeed as well. We have received applications, but what we have to take in consideration in any position that's been applied for is there is a requirement that they're a Spalding County resident and a registered voter. And so, a lot of times that takes, whether it's 4 or 5. And, but as far to answer your question is where we will be once the election system coordinator position is filled and once the part-time voter registration position is filled, I think the board is really gonna have to consider with the amount of ORRs that are now coming into the office, a possible part-time position to handle, ORRs.
If we get the, nirvana of storage space and everything's organized and at everybody's fingertips, do you think that would help offset some of the time that's now being generated? Or is it just
I have never seen ORRs as we're receiving them.
okay?
I'm being very honest, I have not, and,
Or, so, are most of the ORs coming from Spalding County residents or from out
Yes.
of Spalding County?
Spalding County
Spalding
residents.
County, okay.
Yes.
All right. One last thing, in regards to the Dominion equipment that was, due for repair. Have they
Yes.
given you an update on it and its status?
Well, we
I
could not
know y'all,
ship.
everybody's been out and stuff.
Yeah,
so-
right, but we couldn't, regardless, we couldn't ship until, and I really can't remember the exact date because we were out, but it was on into January that they didn't want us shipping yet because they had all
Everything that they can
that they
handle.
could have at that time, and I guess people on holiday break or what have you. So there was only a certain time, so only now, just back in the office
we're-
this week, we'll be shipping out, but we're fine because it's in writing, and they have assured me that, as well as it being in writing. It doesn't matter, it's covered under warranty, we'll ship it out, they'll
Okay.
repair it, they
Okay,
have
I
to.
just I just wanted to hear
Right,
those
that's okay.
assurances. I was
That's okay.
worried about all that equipment, so, okay, thanks. Does any other board members have any questions of Kim? Kim, thank you so much. Board member comments. Start with,
I don't have anything tonight.
don't have anything tonight, Roy?
Write that down.
Read my lips.
I want to thank Stephanie Windenmark, attorney, because when she said stand down when we were having all those emails, that was really good news.
My pleasure.
You must have experience with Chick-fil-A. Alfred?
I'd just like to say that this board is working as hard as it can with all the issues that we got going, and that I think that we'll have a really open and honest election if everybody do their part. I think with the board and with the office staff, everybody's doing that to the best that you can. You run into issues that will blow your mind, but they're there, and I think we as a group we've pledged to it. I'm not concerned about what happened in Fulton County, but I'm concerned about Spalding County. And that's what we want to look at, making sure that nobody outside of Spalding County is using Spalding County for any other agenda they may have. But we know in Spalding County we'll have a true and open election.
Thank you. Yeah, it's okay, yeah. Thanks. Thank you, Alfred. Appreciate those positive comments.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone on the board.
Will you get a little closer to Mike?
I'd like to thank everyone on the board, Stephanie and Kim, for being so easy to work with.
And Teresa.
When I took this job, I thought that I would be 10 years older now than I am. But I am not, and it's thanks to you folks. We have a interesting year coming up, but I think we'll all work together and get through it. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, as I've said before, I mean, the two things that kind of run through my mind is, regardless of our personal feelings, like, you know, we hang our political hats at the door when we come in and do the people's work. And, as, I can't remember who said it, but there ain't no room for politics in elections. So, we still have a lot of work ahead of us. So, I really appreciate everybody's hard work, and Stephanie, all your sage advice, and Kim, thank you for keeping on, and I look forward to you having a full staff, and you know, us having different things to worry about. So, all right, very good. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, so Roy, James, all in favor? We stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody. I need to sign stuff. Are they in here? I'll stop that.